Hey everyone, Lucamus Prime here. So, I have just got back from watching the first movie of the Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, being Black Widow. So, yeah, after it was delayed so many countless times due to the coronavirus pandemic, I was finally able to watch at the cinema today. I was able to go to the cinema, guys, for the first time since I saw Sonic the Hedgehog last year in February. And I went with Declan, my best mate from school, and don't worry guys, we've been vaccinated, so yeah, we were safe from the virus, pretty much, and we kept our distance from people. So yeah, now, what do I think of this movie? So, this movie, in my opinion, was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was really good, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So, what's the movie about? So this contains major spoilers, guys, so if you've not seen in the movie, I suggest that you stop watching this video and you go to watch it right now. It's at the cinemas and on Disney Plus right now. So yeah, I'm going to give you from the count of 3 to watch it. So yeah, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so here we go. So I've counted down from 3 to 1, and yeah, here are spoilers. So yeah, so the movie begins with a flashback of in the year 1995 where we see Natasha is posing as an undercover family in Ohio alongside her surrogate parents and her sister. So yeah, and their adopted parents is Alexei Shostakov, better known as the Red Guardian, the Soviet Union equivalent of Captain America, and also a former Black Widow called Melina Vostokov. And Natasha has a sister called Yelena Belova. And Yelena has no idea that her family is a fake. She has no clue about it. And the flashback shows the family escaping to Cuba because Alexei completed a mission to steal intel from S.H.I.E.L.D. And in Cuba they meet his boss, which is Dreykov, played by Ray Winston. And he wants Natasha and Yelena put into a red room to become assassins. And of course, as the years pass, Natasha of course defects to S.H.I.E.L.D. and she believes that she's killed Dreykov after she bombed an office he was in, presumably killing him and his daughter, Antonia. So yeah, now in 2016, following the events of Captain America Civil War, of course, we now see Natasha is a fugitive on the run, because she broke the rules of the Sokovia Accord, yeah, that's it, yes, Sokovia, the fictional country, yeah. And she escapes from Ross, and by the way, guys, I was very glad that, General Ross only had 2 scenes in this movie, because I really hate his character. He does my head in, because he split the Avengers apart, so yeah. I'm glad that he had such little screen time in this. This was, of course, before he got dusted in Infinity War, so he was still the nasty person he was before he was redeemed in Endgame and went to Stark's funeral, to pay his respects. So she flees to a safe house in Norway, where she reunites with a contact of hers, which is Rick Mason, played by O.T. Fagban, or yeah, British actor. Yeah, I think he was British, yeah. Now, meanwhile, in Morocco, we see that, Yelena is still working for a Red Room, and she's hunting Black Widows, and she kills one of them only for her to then destroy a test tube containing some sort of red like gas thing, really, known as I think it's called red dust, I believe. And yeah, it causes the Red Room's control of her to be gone. So yeah, she's back to her normal self, not under control anymore. And then she sends the antidote to Natasha's safe house in the hopes that she'll return to help her. And then Natasha then drives off, unknowingly, of course, with the antidote. She has no idea the antidote's in there, and she gets attacked by Dreykov's associate, because Dreykov is still alive, guys. He's not dead. He's controlling the Black Widows, and he's got an associate, which is the Taskmaster. Now, Taskmaster is one of my favourite, villains in Marvel, guys. I really enjoy Taskmaster, but wasn't really much a fan of how he portrayed in this movie. I'm going to get to why. So, yeah. So, Taskmaster's after a red dust. And now, the battle on the bridge, which they have, was pretty good. It's very well choreographed, and I like how Taskmaster displayed the ability to copy others, because he copied Natasha. Natasha is able to escape him by jumping into a river with the with the red dust, because when Taskmaster opens the suitcase, it's empty. So yeah. Now after that, she goes to Budapest, where she reunites with Yelena. They have a bit of a fight at first, but luckily they then stop and realise that, you know, who's who. And then they reconcile and, you know, they catch up on what's happened. But before they can do that, however, they have to escape from the Black Widows. And while escaping, Natasha learns from Yelena that Dreykov is still alive when she notices that a Black Widow is ordered to kill herself by Dreykov under the control. So she learns that. And the Red Room is still active, it's not been destroyed. So they escaped Taskmaster in the streets of Budapest. The car chase was pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. It was pretty good. Very well made. And then they reunite with Mason, who then gives them a helicopter. And then after that, they ask, you know, who knows where the Red Room is, and Natasha says she knows one person, which is Alexei. Now, Alexei is in prison, and so they break him out of prison. And the way they did it was pretty clever, because they used a little doll of the Red Guardian, you know, like a talking doll, and inside the head was an earpiece which he listened to, and she gave him the orders to escape. It was pretty clever, actually. But the escape was pretty intense but it was pretty good. And he tells them when they've escaped that they need to speak to Melina, and who is living off the grid on a farm in Russia. And she's developed a mind control process used on widows, because we can see she's controlling some pigs, which was pretty cool. And now Yelena reveals that while they were not a real family, she still wanted to believe they were so. And Alexei and Melina admit they too wish they were a family. Now then, however, Yelena is upset that, you know, about the truth that her family is fake. So she goes off into her bedroom to cry, while Alexei goes to comfort her. But then while this is happening, we then suddenly see a bright light coming outside, and it's revealed that the Red Room is onto him, that they found their location. And Red Guardian's about to, you know, attack them in his pretty cool outfit. And yeah, but unfortunately they tranquilise him using some darts, which knocks him down. And then after that, Yelena then goes to find Natasha, but discovers that she's already been taken down, and that Melina has set them up. So yeah, Melina appears to be a traitor. And then they get taken to a Red Room, which is revealed to be like some sort of, you know, space station up in the air, which is why it's been off the radar. And so yeah. Now, after that, Natasha and Alexei get imprisoned, and Yelena is sent off to that process where the brain gets cut out, which looked pretty brutal, goodness me. And Melina goes to Dreykov's office, and Dreykov congratulates her, but then it's revealed that Melina and Natasha swapped, you know, faces using face mask technology, so it wasn't really her. It was a setup, you know, as a way to get them to the Red Room. See, that was so clever. Like, I honestly thought that, you know, Melina had betrayed them, but nope, it was all a trick all this time. Then after that, however, Taskmaster is there, and Dreykov reveals that Taskmaster is his daughter, who appeared to have died. But yeah, one thing that threw me off was, why did they make Taskmaster female? Because, you know, I'm more used to how he's in the comics where he's Tony Masters. So yeah, what did they do to Taskmaster in this? So yeah, but I will say though that, you know, it was pretty cool that Olga Kurylenko played Taskmaster, you know, because she's my favourite Ukrainian actress, but yeah. Yeah, why did we change the gender? Like, seriously? Like, I prefer how Taskmaster is where he's Tony Masters, you know, the mercenary. And it's revealed that Dreykov put a chip into Antonia to control her and turn into a perfect soldier. And Natasha also reveals that she can't hurt Dreykov at all. She can't shoot him or stab him, because there's a pheromone lock that he installed in every widow, including Natasha, and it's been controlling all of them via his desk. And then then Natasha has a plan where she goads Dreykov into punching her in the face, which he does several times, but this intentionally severs a nerve in her nasal passage to negate the pheromone inside her and allow herself to attack Dreykov, so she's able to attack him and knock him down. And Melina is meanwhile taking down the ship's engine after escaping the cells, and Alexei fights Taskmaster, and Yelena searches for the other widows after escaping from the surgery area. Dreykov however managed to escape because he gets the widows to attack Natasha, and they gang up on her and beat her up. And they're about to, snap her neck and kill her. But luckily, Yelena at the last minute creates a red dust bomb, which, she falls into a room, and it releases the widows from their mind control, and they escape. And then Natasha then goes to Dreykov's desk and copies the locations of the widows to a portable drive, and she's able to, remove them from the control using it. She picks up a red dust that survived the bomb that Yelena used. Alexei and Melina escape on the plane. And Yelena jumps onto Dreykov's ship and she destroys it using some sort of staff that she stabs the plane with, and it destroys the plane. And I will admit though, I kind of wish Dreykov had a better demise, to be honest, because I thought he was a very compelling villain, to be honest. I wish he had a better demise. And then Natasha then jumps off to save Yelena because she fell off the destroyed plane, and they save each other. But Taskmaster jumps after them and they have a battle through the sky before landing on with parachutes. Taskmaster tries to fight Natasha, but Natasha uses the red dust on Antonia, which frees her. And she reveals to Antonia that, her father is gone. Because, Taskmaster's only line in this is, is he gone? Pretty much, that was her only line in this. And then the rest of the widows arrive safe, and, as Yelena, Melina, and Alexei say goodbyes to Natasha. And Yelena gives her her vest to remember her. And also, and Natasha also gives Yelena the last red dust vial and portable drive, telling her to find and free the other widows. So so there's others out there that still need to be freed. And then as they leave alongside Antonia, Natasha awaits the arrival of Ross and his men. But then after that, the screen went into black, so we don't know what happened after that. But then we get a time jump of 2 weeks later where we see Natasha reunited with Mason. And what's cool is she had blonde hair, guys, like she was in Infinity War. And he's given her a Quinjet, and she rides off in it to go and free the Avengers, which are imprisoned in the raft. So so this will explain how they got freed in Infinity War. And then after we got the credits, guys, and then after seeing through the credits, me and Declan agreed that the number one rule of a Marvel movie is to stay behind in the credits, and we did that. So we sat down and waited, and then we got a post-credit scene which takes place after Natasha's death in Endgame. And it's revealed Yelena goes to her grave, and she meets someone called Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. And yes, guys, I am aware that she showed up in, the TV shows, so and I do know about what she does in that. And she gives her an assignment, which is to take down the man responsible for Natasha's death, which is none other than Clint Barton. So even though the truth is, she sacrificed herself to allow, the stones to be, collected. So and to save everyone. So I've got everything on my set of a Hawkeye show. But all in all, guys, that's the plot of the movie. And all in all, it's very entertaining. I love the cast. I think Yelena stole the show. She was very entertaining. I really enjoyed her. And I think Alexei was definitely the comic relief of the movie. Even though I like David Harbour more as Jim Hopper on Stranger Things, I thought he was brilliant as Alexei. He's probably my second favourite role after Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. And Rachel Weisz, I know from the Mummy films, the first two, I loved her in those. And she was definitely great in this as Melina. She was really good. And I also definitely enjoyed Ray Winston as Dreykov. He was very good. And he's a great actor, Ray Winston. And Olga Kurylenko, I liked her as Taskmaster, even though I don't know why they had to make, Taskmaster female in this, to be honest. Like, I wish, that they stayed true to a comic material and made Taskmaster Tony Masters. So, but all in all, though, it was very entertaining, guys, and, And I was also, like I said at the start, I was glad that Ross only had 2 scenes because I really dislike him after we split the Avengers up in Civil War. I'm very glad that, they gave him such little screen time in this. I was happy about it. But if you're wondering what I'd give this movie out of 10, guys, because I thoroughly enjoyed it, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. That's what I'd score this movie. So, it was very good. And I think it definitely gave us a very nice send-off to Black Widow, It was very good. Considering this might be the last time we see Scarlett Johansson playing her, definitely. Especially because she's dead in Endgame, of course. So, So guys, this is me reviewing Black Widow. So you know, drill guys, be sure to give this video a like. Also be sure to leave comments what you guys thought of Black Widow if you've seen it. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Also be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe, more videos coming in the future, and I love you 3000.